NBA draft, a perfect example of why we love the NBA last night. The league's been known to keep its fans on its toes, always so much movement there. And then we thought that the number one overall pick was going to be Auburn's Jabari Smith. And he fell to number 3. Boy, he had a look on his face when he fell like, oh, paybacks, man. Paybacks are coming. The Magic didn't even work out. Paolo Banchero of Duke. I don't know why they were hiding it. You have the number 1 pick. It's not like you're Oklahoma City where you go, hey, don't tell anybody, but we want to draft Chad Holmgren. You go back to when the Jacksonville Jaguars did this, Blake Bortles with the number 3 pick. Now, I get it. It's the number 3 pick, not the number 1 overall pick. But they didn't tell anybody. Everybody was surprised at that. Orlando had the number 1 overall pick. And why didn't you work him out? Just to have, a comparison with him and Jabari Smith. That's what I didn't understand. And in case you're wondering, the Orlando Magic taking Paolo Banchero. He's the 5th Blue Devil to be drafted first overall. That's the most by any school. Zion, Kyrie, Elton Brand, Art Heyman back in 1963.
Stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day. Here comes that what? Stat of the day.
There's always a couple of head scratchers last night. What the Knicks did, all right, you're gathering picks. Are you doing what Oklahoma City's been doing? But because you're the Knicks, you're going to get criticized. Sacramento Kings are always fascinating because whatever I think they're going to do, they do something different. They drafted Iowa's Keegan Murray. Very good player, very good college player. Jaden Ivey was there, and that freed the Pistons up to take Jaden Ivey. Isn't there, Paulie, do you have the track record of the Kings? It feels like whenever they draft somebody, it's the guy after they've drafted who turns out to be Hall of Fame caliber.
Yeah, they took Marvin Bagley when Luka was sitting there. That was 2018. They took Marvin Bagley the third with the number 2 pick. Luka went 3rd.
Yeah.
So 1 pick 4. In 2012, Thomas Robinson. He was a power forward with Kansas.
Yeah.
He was a big, strong kid.
Yeah.
He went number 5 to the Kings. The number 6 pick was Damian Lillard. It goes back to 2011. Your boy Jimmer Fredette out of BYU went 10 to the Kings. Klay Thompson went 11 to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, boy.
3 future Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Yes, Marv.
Some of that you can't knock. Maybe it's big time college basketball hype because Thomas Robinson went to Kansas and Damian Lillard went to Weber State.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see it from there.
But if you work them out, it's one thing to say, well, what kind of competition? What happens is they'll bring in somebody and then they'll have one of the players play against them. And then they'll go, what did you think? Michael Cooper might be guarding Kobe. And then you come away and go, what did you think? I couldn't stop him. And Jerry West goes, whatever it takes, we're going to go get the guy. The Lakers worked out Kristaps Porzingis. Now, you can say, he did turn out to be a pretty good player to start out with, but they passed on him. It happens. But I don't care where you play. Once you come into the building and I have quality players play against you, that's what I want to know. And if I'm Orlando, why wouldn't I want to just bring in Paolo Banchero? Just in case somebody may go, oh boy, they may take him. We want him. Why not create, the mirage that we're not quite sure who we're taking. But if he doesn't work out, you didn't work him out, and then you're going to look silly. I think he's ready to play, but I don't know why you would go, like, what happened? Because Woj tweeted out, hey, it's firming up. It's Smith, it's Holmgren, and then Banchero. And I go, okay. And then all of a sudden it felt like there was the whispers, and now it's not. Hey, hearing Orlando might be changing up the number 1 pick. I didn't think they were going to take Chet Holmgren. And I think it's good for Holmgren that he's going to Oklahoma City. But work the guy out. And then you can compare and contrast these two players. Because I think Jabari Smith is a guy who he'll average 25 a game at some point in his career. He's a gym rat, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
High motor though?
You know what? Maybe he's got a high motor. I'm going off script here. Black player who has got a high motor and a gym rat.
Does he protect the rim, Dan?
Oh, I don't know.
You got to have rim protectors.
Yeah.
He's got to. Come on, white players. They're athletes. You're the 21st pick in the draft. And all he is a high motor.
I know. Christian Braun. What's he known for? What's his skill? High motor. Okay. If that's all it takes, I had a high motor. It didn't start all the time. I ran out of gas sometimes, but, sometimes I was on diesel. Sometimes I was on, octane. Yes, Marv.
I did like that. They also said he was a world-class trash talker. So I was like, okay, all right, I see you.
Yeah, that's really going to help you in the NBA. If you can't play and all you do is talk, that's not going to help you. Yes, Paul.
They never critique anybody, though. They never say someone has a low motor. Like, he's lethargic in games and really can't help around the rim. It's all, no one has any negatives.
And look, I was part of the draft with the mothership, and it feels like every player is great. Every player, for the most part, you'll be like, man, that guy fits in. I love what he does. He's a 3 and D guy, or like, okay, all right. They make you feel good about everybody.
Why not? He can't defend 4 positions. He can't defend 1 position.
Yeah.
No negatives.
Yes, Todd.
It definitely would have been entertaining if Perk or Billis would have just blurted out, "What? How could you pick that guy?"
Well,
He's
Stephen
a
A.
disaster."
Stephen A. did that with the Knicks. He's like, what are you doing? It's almost like he needed to lie down on the couch and get, therapists there. It's okay.
I'm disheartened. I'm at a loss right now.
Yeah.
Those are your dad's Knicks fans. Those are the Knicks fans that
I know.
Oh, I remember Earl and Walt.
Clyde.
We could have had Ousmane Dang. I'm going to say Dang. I'm going to say worse words than that.
Spike Lee had to console him.
Oh, I know. It was funny. Stephen A.
Malachi Branham. He can shoot from outside. You got to add a couple syllables there.
Yes, you do. Yeah. He would always, somehow, Michael Olowokandi was about 7 syllables.
And I got you, Shaquille O'Neal.
Ty Washington Jr.
Ty goes to the runner. Can't play.
Memphis got 2 ties. I want 1 tie in the Knicks. Give me 1 tie on the Knicks.
You can't get one of these, Jalen?
He's the best. I'll tell you, though, that guy puts on a show last night.
He does.
Oh.
Well, when I worked with him, he at one point was speechless because he couldn't talk about what the Portland Trailblazers did. He goes, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what they're doing. And I said to him, I said, you're an analyst. You got to have something to say. You can't say I have nothing to say. You're an analyst. And he goes, I'm just being honest. And I go, okay. So then I just go to Billis a few more times. Jay, he'd talk about what the Portland Trailblazers did.
There were 4 Jalens, and the Knicks got none of them.
I know. Well, they're trying to get Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
That's the Jalen that they want to get.
Jalen Rose in the stands is the only Knick they'll have.
Yeah.